On October 1st, 2025, the world lost Dr. Jane Goodall at age 91, a voice for the voiceless, a beacon of hope whose influence reached far beyond the forests she loved. For decades, Jane dedicated her life to understanding and protecting chimpanzees, but her message was always bigger, a call for compassion, respect, and stewardship for all living things. Her passing marks the end of an era, but also the beginning of a new chapter inspired by her legacy. Even in her final days, Jane was on a speaking tour, still inspiring action. She travelled tirelessly, sharing her wisdom and urging people of all ages to take responsibility for the planet. Her words resonated with audiences everywhere, reminding us that hope is found in action and that every person has the power to create change. The Jane Goodall Institute confirmed her passing, and sorrow rippled across continents. Tributes poured in from scientists, activists, and ordinary people whose lives she touched. News outlets around the world shared stories of her courage and kindness, and social media was filled with memories and gratitude for her tireless work. Her legacy stretches from the forests of Tanzania to millions of hearts worldwide. The research she began in Gombe revolutionized our understanding of animal behavior, and her advocacy sparked a global movement for conservation and animal welfare. Today, her influence can be seen in classrooms, communities, and conservation projects across the globe. On the day of her death, a tree planting event in Los Angeles went on as planned. The first sapling planted in her name, a living tribute. People gathered to honor her memory, planting seeds of hope for future generations. Each tree stands as a symbol of her enduring commitment to the earth and its creatures. Jane left us a roadmap, compassion, understanding, and hope. She believed that change begins with empathy, and that by working together we can heal our planet. Her gentle spirit and unwavering optimism continue to guide those who seek a better world. She taught us that every individual matters, and every day is a chance to make a difference. Her message lives on in the actions of young people, volunteers, and leaders who strive to protect nature and uplift one another. Though her light is gone, her spirit endures in all who carry her mission forward. As we remember Jane Goodall, we are reminded that hope is never lost as long as we act with courage, compassion, and a deep love for the world around us. Before she was a legend, Jane Goodall was a curious London girl, fascinated by animals and encouraged by her mother. Her love for Africa grew from books like Tarzan of the Apes, dreaming not of adventure, but of understanding animals. In 1957, at 23, she saved up to visit Kenya, a journey that changed everything. There, she met Dr. Louis Leakey, who saw in Jane a unique, unbiased perspective. Leakey chose her not for her credentials, but for her empathy and determination. He sent her to Tanzania to live among wild chimpanzees, a mission few would dare. Jane's childhood dream was about to become reality. Her journey would soon transform science forever. In 1960, Jane Goodall arrived at Gombe, Tanzania, with her mother by her side. The chimpanzees were wary, vanishing at her approach. Jane's patience and gentle presence slowly earned their trust. She watched from afar, learning their routines, blending into their world. Her breakthrough came when David Greybeard, a calm male, accepted her. Naming the chimpanzees, David, Flo, Fifi, she recognized them as individuals, defying scientific norms. This trust allowed her to witness intimate moments, hugs, play, and tenderness. Jane became a guest in their society, not just an observer. Her respectful approach set the stage for discoveries that would change our understanding of animals. The foundation of trust she built in Gombe would soon stun the world. Months into her research at Gombe, Jane Goodall made a discovery that would forever change our understanding of what it means to be human. She watched, astonished, as David Greybeard, one of the chimpanzees she had come to know, carefully selected a twig, stripped off its leaves, and used it as a tool to fish for termites. This was not just a random act. Jane realized she was witnessing deliberate, intelligent behavior. Tool use had long been considered a defining trait of humanity, something that set us apart from all other animals. Yet here was a chimpanzee, not only using a tool, but also modifying it to suit his needs. Her mentor, the renowned paleoanthropologist Louis Leakey, famously responded to her reports with a statement that echoed through the scientific world. Now we must redefine tool, redefine man, or accept chimpanzees as humans. It was a moment that challenged the very boundaries of science. Jane meticulously documented chimpanzees not only using tools, but also improving them, breaking off twigs, stripping leaves, and even selecting the best materials for the job. Even more remarkable, she observed young chimpanzees learning these skills by watching adults and then practicing them on their own. These behaviors were passed down through generations, forming the roots of a primitive culture, something once thought to be uniquely human. Her findings blurred the line between humans and animals, revealing that intelligence, creativity, and social learning were not ours alone. Jane's work forced the world to reconsider what truly makes us unique. Chimpanzees weren't just acting on instinct, they were thinking, learning, teaching, and sharing knowledge within their communities. They formed close bonds, taught their young, and even showed empathy and cooperation, traits we once believed belonged only to humans. Through her patient observation and deep respect for her subjects, Jane's work revealed our profound evolutionary connection to chimpanzees, our closest living relatives. Her discoveries reminded us that we are not apart from nature, but a part of it, woven into the same tapestry of life as every other creature on Earth. Jane's groundbreaking research enriched our understanding of humanity's place in the animal kingdom, inspiring generations of scientists and nature lovers alike. The mirror Jane held up to the world reflected not just our differences, but our shared heritage and the deep connections that bind us to our animal kin. Jane's greatest gift was revealing the emotional and social lives of chimpanzees. She saw personalities, confident Flo, ambitious Goliath, playful youngsters. Her long-term study documented bonds, friendships, and even acts of compassion, like an adult adopting an orphan. Chimpanzees grieved, played, and loved, just as we do. But Jane also witnessed their darker side, the Gombe-chimpanzee war, with violence and tribalism. These observations showed that both tenderness and aggression are part of our shared evolutionary past. Jane transformed primatology, teaching us to see animals as sentient beings with complex minds. She gave chimpanzees a voice, forever changing how we view all animals. For 25 years, Jane's world was Gombe, but a 1986 conference changed her forever. She learned of habitat destruction and the suffering of chimpanzees in labs. Jane left as an activist, determined to fight for their survival. The Jane Goodall Institute expanded its mission, focusing on conservation and community partnerships. Jane traveled the world, speaking out for animals, habitats, and the climate. She inspired millions, trading quiet observation for a global call to action. Even during the pandemic, she found new ways to spread hope. Jane's journey from scientist to advocate proved that knowledge demands responsibility. Jane Goodall was more than a scientist. She was a pop culture icon and a curious, open-minded soul. Stevie Nicks wrote a song about her, and Jane's story reached far beyond academia. She entertained the possibility of Bigfoot, approaching mysteries with scientific curiosity. Jane's fascination with animal intelligence extended to octopuses, leading to a friendship with filmmaker Craig Foster. Her enthusiasm for brought its message to new audiences. Jane's blend of rigor and wonder made her relatable and inspiring. She broke the mold of what a scientist could be. Her legacy is one of curiosity, compassion, and an unshakable sense of wonder. Jane Goodall's passing sparked a global outpouring of grief and gratitude. Tributes came from world leaders, scientists, celebrities, and ordinary people. Social media overflowed with memories and inspiration. She was a role model for generations, especially young women in science. Her warmth and hope touched everyone she met. Jane was more than a scientist. She embodied our best qualities: kindness, connection, and hope. The world mourned not just her, but the ideals she championed. Her life proved the profound impact one person can have. Jane Goodall's legacy is hope in action. Through her tireless work and gentle spirit, she inspired millions to believe that every individual matters and that each of us can make a difference, no matter how small our actions may seem. She believed deeply in humanity's capacity for compassion and change, reminding us that even in the darkest times, there is always a reason to hope. Jane saw the best in people and encouraged us to nurture that goodness in ourselves and others. Her Roots and Shoots program empowered youth worldwide to make a difference, giving young people the tools and confidence to take action for the environment, animals, and their communities. Today, it continues to grow, connecting generations in a shared mission of stewardship. Jane taught that hope is a verb. It requires action, not just optimism. She showed us that real change begins with small, consistent steps, and that every effort counts toward building a better world. The tree planted in her name is a powerful metaphor. One act can spark a forest of change. Just as a single seed can grow into a mighty tree, our choices can inspire others and create ripples of positive impact across the globe. She urged us to be curious, compassionate, and to see animals as individuals, not objects. Jane's empathy bridged the gap between humans and the natural world, teaching us to respect all living beings. Let us honor her not with monuments, but with daily choices that heal our world. Every act of kindness, every effort to protect nature is a tribute to her vision. Jane gave us a deeper understanding of our place on Earth, reminding us that we are all connected and that our actions shape the future for generations to come. Now, it's our turn to carry her torch and protect the planet she loved. The responsibility is ours, and together we can continue the journey she began. Her work is done, ours is just beginning. Let us move forward with hope, courage, and the determination to make a lasting difference, just as Jane Goodall did.